Hi, I'm Neil Cannon. If you're between the ages of 18 and 98, and if you're a man or indeed a woman, then I've got something really important to share with you. I'm going to be sharing with you why conditions like eczema and asthma and psoriasis and IBS and Crohn's disease and even obesity are conditions that can be considered a gift. That's right, I'm going to be sharing with you why conditions like those can be considered a gift. So why do I choose such a wide audience, you may be asking? This is a wide audience. Well, while this goes against marketing principle 101 of market to everyone and talk to no one, the message I have in this video is so important that I think you need to know, everyone needs to know, and I really hope I can hold your attention for the next 7 minutes. You see, these conditions, which I've just talked about, are a result of an underlying health condition which also leads to really serious illnesses down the road, like cancer, cardiovascular disease, heart attacks, strokes, Alzheimer's, neurodegenerative decline. So you may be thinking, that's great, Neil, thanks for sharing that this underlying health condition leads to all these chronic diseases. The point is if you have any of these conditions, this is your body's way of saying, hey, Neil, or whatever your name is, what you're currently doing isn't working, and if you continue doing that, you stand a really strong chance of developing the likes of cancer and cardiovascular disease and neurodegenerative decline, any of those conditions which are much more serious down the road. You see, this condition I'm about to talk to you about is the foundation for these chronic diseases. It's pretty much the foundation for every single chronic disease, and it accelerates biological aging. It makes you age faster. Let me repeat that. This condition which I'm about to talk to you about makes you age faster. And who wants that? So before I go on, you're probably thinking who the hell I am and why on earth should you give up any more of your time listening to me? Now, I know that our time is our most precious commodity, so I'm going to aim to give you massive value in the next few minutes. So why should you listen to me? Or why must you listen to me right now? 4 years ago, I wrote a book about increasing testosterone naturally through nutrition and fitness. Testosterone is the male hormone. I was actually trying to figure out a health condition of myself, which I was suffering from myself, and it made me go on a quest because I was looking at medical journals, reading up on it online and reading up on books, and also interviewing experts, and I came across a solution, and I was able to solve my problem, and then I wrote the book, and I was able to help other people solve the problem too. And since then, I've been a health coach and I help people from around the world get into great shape, not just men, but women as well now. So writing this book actually triggered a real fascination and curiosity and passion in nutrition, fitness, and health overall. And more recently, someone very, very close to me was diagnosed with this condition. It led to high blood pressure and then a stroke. Thankfully, a very minor one, but it's still happened. And I know that this could have been prevented with the right kind of advice, which he wasn't offered by his doctor. So it made me really want to go and find out about it. So I dug deep and I went and researched this topic. And what I have found is just phenomenal. And that's why I've got to share this with you. So this condition it's chronic inflammation. And you may have heard of it, you may not have. So what is chronic inflammation? Before I look at that, let's look at acute inflammation. When you injure yourself, like an ankle or your knee or your elbow, a joint of some kind maybe, you become inflamed and your body does all it can. It sends the right fluids to it to repair the wound. It swells up and it becomes painful so you don't walk on it or cause further harm. It's your body's defense mechanism and your way of repairing that wound so no further harm is done and you can repair it, so it repairs itself. It's then put in the past, the injury is out of the way, and it's an amazing immune system response. Similarly, with chronic inflammation, this is your body's defense mechanism. It's your immune system's response to what it perceives as an attack on it. So by taking in certain food types consistently over a long period of time, or even a short period of time, develops into inflammation, and then over a long period of time, it develops into chronic inflammation. So a lot of the time it happens unnoticed unless you have one of these conditions I just talked about. So going back to my life, for example, I used to suffer from eczema. Now all I was given by the doctor was a steroid cream when it got really bad, which basically made it heal really quickly, but at the same time it had serious side effects, like it thinned the skin, and I actually lost pigment in various areas of my skin because of it. And I was also given some really terrible emulsifying ointments and creams that had more harmful ingredients in them than good. Now, I'm not trying to blame my doctor, because doctors are trained the way they're trained, but they're not actually trained in nutrition, or they receive very, very little nutrition training. So what this has enabled me to do, this new fascination in chronic inflammation, it's enabled me to also clear my own eczema, and I've realized that it's behind other conditions like asthma. So asthma is like the inflammation of your breathing apparatus. That's what causes it. But the solution is a localized steroid inhaler, which is very effective, but it doesn't treat the root condition. And IBS, Crohn's disease, these are inflammatory conditions too, which can be cured when you take out inflammatory foods from your diet. Let's talk about one of these inflammatory foods I'm talking about, one of these toxins. I like to call them alien food types, because our body doesn't actually recognize them. And when your body doesn't recognize something, it sees it as an invader, like an attack on the immune system. So it does everything it can, like it does with acute inflammation, to defend itself. So it becomes inflamed. It could be in your gut, it could be in your lungs, it could be in your blood, it could be in your brain, it could be anywhere. And it happens often unknowingly. So what are these food types? I'm not doing that just to be cool. That's the wrong use of this. I'm not doing it just to be cool. I'm saying food types because there is so much stuff in our society in modern day which is considered to be healthy, which isn't healthy at all. I'm not saying everything, but there are certain things that we have every single day which cause inflammation because they are alien to us. Our body does not recognize them. I've actually got a program to help people reverse inflammation, and I've called it the Inflammation Solution, and it comprises 7 steps. It's like a 7-pillar process to actually reverse inflammation, from oxygen to micronutrients to macronutrients to gut health to immune health. There's 7 pillars to go through. I've created this Kickstart program to make it absolutely a no-brainer for you to get your hands on. And it will really open your eyes up just to how the world we're living in today is, or certainly the Western diet, is causing a lot of problems in our diet. And there are so many ways to just kind of rethink conventional wisdom and really kind of take control of your own health and get rid of this condition. And you can actually find out whether you have it with a few simple blood tests. There's one particular blood test called C-reactive protein, which you should definitely request from your doctor right now. Even if you don't think you have inflammation, just get it, see where you're at. And if they refuse to do it, just punch them square in the face. Don't do that. That was a joke. What I mean is, this could be potentially a life-saving blood test. And it's really important to get that. And of course, a few others as well, which I'll tell you about on the other side of this buy now button below this video. But I wanted to make it an absolute no-brainer, and it's 7 steps to reverse inflammation. And I'd like to show you just how to do this. Hit the buy now button below this video and I'll take you through the 7 steps to reverse inflammation starting now. If you're still here, I'd like to throw in a few more bonuses because you're not convinced yet. So I'm going to be throwing in the Vitality Secret book, which actually got to a bestseller status. This has some pretty good reviews, and it's already getting results, by the way, for people. I'm going to be throwing in MOJO Multiplier, which is a book I wrote 4 years ago to help guys increase testosterone naturally through nutrition and fitness. Now, if you're a woman, you may think that doesn't really apply to you, but no doubt you do know a man. You might be married to one, or you might have one who's a partner, so it might be very useful for you in another respect. And then there's MOJO Motivation, which is actually one I wrote again about 3 or 4 years ago, and I've updated it recently, having gone to Tony Robbins events actually, and really delved into human psychology about what we need to do to stay committed to anything like a fitness regime, or anything in fact. Really, I've applied this to the health and fitness niche because that's what we're working in right now. So you're going to get those 3 books, and you're going to get a 7-step program to help you reverse inflammation. So hit the buy now button below, and I'll see you in the next video, and I look forward to getting to know you. Hit the buy now button below.